Hey, this is Pastor Dave, and this is your Monday Mojo. Hope you had a great weekend. So yesterday, in the afternoon, I was watching two different sporting events, flipping back and forth between the two. One was the Brickyard 400 right here in Indianapolis. And the other one was the 3M Golf Championship. I'm not a huge watcher of golf, or for that matter, NASCAR, but yesterday afternoon, I was just chilling, and I was watching both of them. I was interested in the 3M Golf Championship because going into the final round, they play 4 rounds, 72 holes. The gentleman who was leading was a rookie. It was his first professional start. He was 3 strokes ahead when he went into the day. And the big focus was on whether he would be able to hold off the world number 1, Scotty Scheffler, who was actually about 6 or 7 strokes behind him on the day as it began. As the day went on, Scheffler had a great day, and he ended up finishing 3 strokes behind this young man, Jackson Coyven, who won his first major. And it was pretty impressive. On the other channel, I was watching the Brickyard 400, and the race was going back and forth, but a young man named Corey Heim won the Brickyard 400, and right behind him was a guy named Christopher Bell. The reason I tell you about these 4 players, is because they made a big deal at the golf tournament of talking about the fact that if Scheffler finished in second at this tournament, it would be the 6th time he's done so in 2026, which would be kind of setting a record. 6 runner-up finishes. And at the same time, in the Brickyard 400, if Christopher Bell came in second, like he did, the runner-up, it would be his 6th runner-up finish of the year. I found that extremely interesting, that I'm flipping back and forth between these two events, kind of interested in both somewhat, and both of the runner-ups finished 6th. Now, most times you wouldn't remember the name of the person who came in second place, but after this Mojo today, you will, for at least today, remember Scotty Scheffler, who came in second in the 3M, and Christopher Bell, who came in second in the Brickyard 400. And, you know, it's not too shabby. I mean, Scotty Scheffler makes $960,000 for finishing second. And the best I can estimate, Christopher Bell is going to make somewhere around $850,000 for finishing second in that race. And so it's not like they're hurting financially, but they all want to win, right? They all want to win. It made me think of the Bible verse where Paul says, don't you know that all the runners in a race run for the prize, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to win the prize. And as an athlete and as a competitive athlete, I always heard that as, you got to win the prize. Only one wins the prize. But really what Paul is saying is, run in such a way as to win the prize. Sure, Scheffler would have liked to have won one of those tournaments where he came in second. Sure, Christopher Bell would have liked to have been able to overtake Corey Heim and win that race yesterday. But the fact of the matter is, both of those gentlemen kept competing as if they were going to win the prize. The story for us here, Christians, is this, that Paul says, don't give up. Always, always live this life of faith as though you're going for gold. You're not always going to get gold, because only one runner, he says, wins the prize. But the point is to run in such a way as though you would or could. Don't ever give up. Keep on pushing. Sometimes in the race you get tired. Keep on pushing as though you want to try to win the prize. Keep on pushing. It doesn't mean that God will love us any less, but what Paul is encouraging us to do is to give it our all in this life of faith, in this life of love, in this life of grace, in this life of mercy, in this life of being called a disciple of Jesus Christ. Anyway, those are my thoughts, thinking it was very odd that 2 guys finished second for the 6th time in 1 year. But man, those guys were competing. Let's do the same. Have a great week.